They're the only band that could make the apocalypse sound like a motivational poster. They spent the last 2 decades crafting songs that feel like a therapist is softly hugging your unresolved trauma, and yet, somehow, they've been roasted more times than a Starbucks barista on TikTok. They are Coldplay. Let's face it, Coldplay is the musical version of gluten-free bread. It's safe, it's soft, easy on your stomach. Behind those slow-mo walks and dramatic key changes lies a trail of bizarre facts, petty drama, and at least one farm animal event that deserves its own documentary. So buckle up. We're diving into 10 Coldplay facts that you probably didn't know. This is the show where we solve musical crimes against knowledge. I'm Tony Lytics, and this is Music Mysteries. But first, if you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button like you're trying to snap Chris Martin out of a falsetto. By being a subscriber, you're automatically entered into our monthly prize giveaways. Special shout out to this month's winner, Alicia Stone. Enjoy your new PS5 Pro, and thank you for being a subscriber. So, let's start unboxing Coldplay, starting with fact number 1. Coldplay almost called themselves pectorals. Before Coldplay was Coldplay, they were almost pectorals, which sounds more like a chest day supplement than a chart-topping band. Then they tried Starfish, because apparently nothing says epic stadium anthem like a spineless sea creature. Finally, they borrowed Coldplay from a friend's band that didn't want it anymore. Somewhere out there's a guy who's still mad he gave away a $1 billion name like it was an old hoodie. Fact number 2, Chris Martin fired Will Champion, and then wrote a guilt song about it in 1999. Chris Martin fired drummer Will Champion because, get this, he wasn't a trained drummer. Bold move, firing your friend in a struggling band. But after about a week of sobbing and second guessing, Chris rehired him, and then they wrote Trouble as an apology. Yep, the guy turned band drama into a hit single. That's Coldplay for you. Emotions, but monetized. Fact number 3. Yellow was named after a phone book. The title of Yellow wasn't inspired by sunflowers, love, or even sadness. It was literally the Yellow Pages. While stuck on a song title in the studio, Chris Martin spotted the phone book lying around and went, that'll do. So next time you think your life lacks inspiration, just remember, a phone directory helps launch a global hit. Look at the stars, look how they shine. Fact number 4. They built a recording studio in a bakery. Coldplay built their own studio in a former bakery and cleverly called it The Bakery. They must have spent hours brainstorming that one. It became their creative safe space, a cozy little carb-scented sanctuary where they crafted entire albums. Honestly, I'd listen to Viva La Vida too, if I had fresh croissants wafting around the mixing booth. Fact number 5. Johnny Buckland was once assaulted by a sheep. As a child, guitarist Johnny Buckland was repeatedly attacked by a sheep. Yes, you heard that right. And ever since, he's avoided wearing wool or eating lamb. The sheep might have just sensed the future guitar greatness and just wanted an autograph. Or revenge. I don't know. Fact number 6. Violet Hill is Coldplay throwing shade at Fox News. You thought Coldplay was a bunch of soft-spoken romantics? Think again. Violet Hill features the lyric, "A Carnival of Idiots on Show," which was inspired by Chris Martin watching The O'Reilly Factor. Yes, Coldplay once rage wrote a protest song after watching cable news. It's probably the most British thing ever. Fact number 7. They turned down major endorsement deals. When companies like Coke, Gap, and Gatorade come calling with fat checks, Coldplay said, nah, the band has always been fiercely anti-commercials. Unless it's iTunes commercials. But hey, turning down soda money to preserve your artistic sound? That's some serious discipline. Fact number 8. Will Champion cameoed in Game of Thrones. During the infamous Red Wedding scene, if you look closely, One of the musicians playing, as people are being dramatically murdered, is Coldplay's drummer Will Champion. The man literally had a front row seat to one of the most traumatic moments in TV history. That's some rockstar bucket list stuff. Fact number 9. They played at Steve Jobs' memorial. Coldplay performed at a private memorial for Steve Jobs, who was a fan and supporter of their music. This wasn't just a gig, it was a heartfelt tribute from friends. Turns out, behind every iPhone update and U2 album drop, there was a Steve Jobs with Coldplay on repeat. Fact number 10. They let fans literally power their concerts. During their Music of the Spheres tour, Coldplay installed kinetic floors and stationary bikes that let fans generate electricity to power their shows. Which means someone dancing to Adventure of a Lifetime might have literally kept the lights on. Green energy. Coldplay style. Not for me though. I hate cardio. And there you have it, 10 Coldplay facts we dug up like emotional archaeologists with a grudge. Who knew the band responsible for Fix You was also responsible for firing their drummer, dodging soda commercials, and getting jumped by sheep in their childhood? If you made it this far without lighting a scented candle or texting your ex, I miss us, congrats. You're stronger than most Coldplay fans. So drop a comment below and tell me which fact broke your brain the hardest. Smash that like button like you're slapping the aux cord away from someone playing Magic for the 5th time in a row. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it. Do it now, or I'll personally come to your house with my sheep. I'm Tony Lyrics, and I'll see you in the next episode of Music Mysteries. Take care.